which means they're gonna leave. The idea is to engage with your audience as soon as they engage with you. That way they feel welcome. So having low latency and fixing your stream delay is gonna be a top priority. So let's go ahead and take a minute and fix it. When the video's over, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment below. Alright, once you've opened up your OBS Studio, go ahead and click on the ensure that you enable stream delay cutoff point. If you do not have stream delay enabled, you will have what is called a natural delay, which can be anywhere from 5 to 20 seconds long. Turning on your stream delay and setting it at 1 second will cut off your natural stream delay and set it at 1 second. This is the best low latency setup that you can have with OBS Studio. All right, once you're done setting up your stream delay options, go ahead and click on the Output tab. Here on the Output tab, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at your bit rate, you guys. We wanna make sure that you're not over 6,000 kilobytes per second, okay? Because Twitch only gives you 6,000 kilobytes per second to work with. But remember, your OBS Studio is in kilobytes, then your audio is gonna take you over 6,000 kilobytes, which means that you're sure that you're concentrating on
So, to enable this, you want to make the duration, enable it, duration 1 second, and you want to disable preserve content points. And now for the second step, you want to click on the output tab, and now once you're on this, you want to set your video bits rate to 5,000, and then click on OK. This should now fix your problem.
Hello everyone, this is one of the solutions. Uncheck the enable analysis on video quality. Head over to the video tab. If you have a strong internet connection with your computer, set your output resolution to the highest your system can find. Perfect FPS for minimal stream delay. Any questions in the comments? Thanks for watching.
Deep into one of the most underrated ways to make massive profits in Path of Exile 2, stash tab management.
FIL, Kindred. Well, I'm sponsoring. All of them will be called one premium stash tab. So what is quad? I got it. Basically, first tab that you need is premium stash tab. There's two different ones. There's premium stash tab and quad premium stash tab. So what is quad? I got it over here. basically one tab, but with 4 times more slots than normal one. I don't like to use them because every item is so tiny, it's hard to see what's going on in here. I can actually use this tab to open up. I doubt, and we will need new tabs if... Hey.
These stash tabs and what you should get. Currently a sale going on, because there's currently a sale going on. It's going to be going on for 2 more days for stash tabs. So you've got guild stash tabs, delirium, gem, flask, unique, currency, quad stash, and so on and so forth. But what we're focused on is if you're not in a guild, you'll want to get these particular stashes for yourself or stash tabs for yourself. And because they're right now on sale, and this is I think the lowest they ever really go, you ideally want to grab these particular ones. So you definitely want to grab these stash tabs. Oh, this is and because they're right now on sale, stash tabs for yourself. And because they're right now on
Hey guys, Yes TV here with another Path of Exile 2 video, and in this one I want to talk about, call it a free try. Once you play the game, just get winning. I'm not talking about free all these things, but most Exile.com/trade. They that this currency mostly you have room for I believe up to 5,000. The most folder stash tabs and the unique. Don't recommend buying only on SS tabs, which is kind of scarce right now. The currency tab and premium tab again on my recommendation. There are map tabs in POE1 that currently don't work in POE2, which I hope will on my
Will it be?
What's up, gamer? My name is Luco, and today I'm going to show you what to really enjoy. Single slot can hold up to 5,000. The map tab allows you to hold 72 copies of each map in the game on each tier, and if you don't know what a map is, it's a you'll need to run for the captures and you can set or hit OK and go back to playing the game. If someone wants to buy that item, they'll send you a whisper, and you can invite them to your party to complete the trade. Without a premium tab, it's much harder to sell any interesting items you may find. To get a premium tab, you can either buy a whole new tab or upgrade an existing non-premium tab into a premium one for a smaller price. Once you have those 3 tabs, the next level of priority consists of 3 more tabs. The fragment tab, the divination codes in whatever currency you're looking, you can invite them to your party to go back right in the name. A premium one entity to tell which maps you can order of each map that you've already completed the bonus objective for, making it very easy to tell which maps you still need to run for the first time. This tab is particularly useful when you get late into the endgame and you want to pile up a bunch of copies of the same map so you can run the specific layout you want over and over again. Lastly, you should make sure to get at least 1 premium stash tab. A premium tab is just like a regular stash tab that holds anything you want, but you can also change the name, the color, and most importantly, set it to public. When you set a tab to public, that means that other people will be able to see what's in that tab on the Path of Exile trading websites. If you right-click on an item in a public tab, then you can set a price in whatever currency you're looking for, hit OK, and go back to playing the game. If someone wants to buy that item, they'll send you a whisper, and you can invite them to your party to complete the trade. Without a premium tab, it's much harder to sell any interesting items you may find. To get a premium tab, you can either buy a whole new tab, or upgrade an existing non-premium tab into a premium one for a smaller price. Once you have those 3 tabs, the next level of priority consists of 3 more tabs: the Fragment tab, the Divination Card tab, and the Uniques tab. The Fragments tab stores up to 5,000 copies of all the different items you need to get into Path of Exile's endgame encounters, as well as scarabs that you can use to influence the encounters in your maps. Without this tab, those things take up a ton of space because they usually only stack up to 10, and there's a ton of different kinds of boss fragments and scarabs in the game. Similarly, there are a ton of different divination cards in the game, and the divination card tab holds up to 5,000 of each of them. In terms of sheer amount of items, the divination card tab is probably the largest of them all. It's just kind of difficult to get 5,000 copies of any one particular card. The Uniques tab is probably a little less important than the previous 2, but if you're like me and you enjoy collecting things, the Unique Items tab holds 1 copy of every single unique item in the game, and gives you some nice counters to show your progress towards collecting them all. The rest of the tabs for specific types of content are useful if you enjoy that kind of content, but if you don't run it, then you're not going to get a whole lot of value out of the tab for it. They're just not as generally useful as the ones we've already gone over. If you're looking for sheer storage volume, 1 premium stash tab costs 40 points, while 1 quad tab costs 150 points. As the name implies, a quad tab has 4 times as much space as a premium tab, so you save 10 points if you buy a quad tab instead of 4 premium tabs. The only problem with quad tabs is that each individual cell is kind of small and can be hard to click on compared to the smaller tabs, but they really do hold a tremendous amount of stuff. Honestly, it's up to you to decide which one you like better. But yeah, that's the quick rundown on which stash tabs are most important. If you have any questions, feel free to have people consider C discount priority. The currency tab, the map tab, and a single premium tab. The currency tab has slots for every kind of currency in the game, and every single slot can hold up to 5,000 copies of the associated item. So you can have 5,000 transmutation orbs, 5,000 chaos orbs, 5,000 years of Calandra, and 5,000 of everything else, all in the same tab. It allows you to amass all kinds of wealth without having to eat up your regular storage space. The map tab allows you to hold 72 copies of each map in the game on each tier, and if you don't know what a map is, it's a little token you use to open up farming areas in the endgame, but if you somehow acquired 72 copies of the city square map on every single tier from 1 to 16, you could hold all of those in one map tab along with every other map you completed the bonus objective for, then you get laid into the end again. The regular stash tab that holds anything you want. But you can also change the name. color, and most important, to buy that item, much harder to sell any.
twisted thing! Twisted thing!
Traitor Balbalak has been sentenced to 1,000 years of suffering as a jinn, bound in this place of her dishonor. Let no woman or man of Mareket blood enter her prison before her time is served.
Mindless machine! accursed thing! Nature takes what's owed! Takes what's owed. Lifetimes have passed since these doors were last disturbed. She betrayed her kin, but time has betrayed her in turn.
Now, I prove myself! Keep waiting, then.
Lifetimes have passed since these doors were last disturbed.
Keep waiting, then.
Lifetimes have passed since these doors were last disturbed.
I
Severe punishment. A druid knows to travel light.
Speak up.
Oh, right. Of course.
Nature doesn't forget.
Do not wander.
So, you released Balbara from her prison, and she fought well. Good. She... Sans guide you.
Here for a stop. Oh, right. Of course. Here. Have this useless gold. I'll ask Chambrin about this one. Stay inside. Young one. Do, young one. This could be useful. I will tell your tale.
Tiger's machine! Nature takes what's old. An animal! Foul creature! The war for the Bastiri has already begun. End of the line! A druid knows to travel light.
Young one, here we are. Ah, that's nice. Another day's water. Do not wander.
Hold them back while I open the gate!
The way is open! Creature! Pack's heavy enough already.
You, yeah. Here, have this useful skull. I will tell your tale.
The way is open!
What? For you, young one. This could be useful. I will tell your tale.
The way is open!
Come and scare ye!
Down you'll go! I'll take it!
Disgraced me! Rot in the sand! This time, we choose war! We shall finish this! Not today!
Make haste! He must not escape!
Ha! He knows he's outmatched!
Quickly! He conjures the very sands against us! This is no natural sand.